Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Genshin Impact on the PC. It's a nice view there of Liyue Harbor. Yep. But hopefully we're going to be burying a god today. Actually, I might have a few wishes. Let's just see here. Yep. Now I could, all right, it's a new month now. So we just swapped over to September. So this is the Stardust Exchange is refreshed, so we can get some of those. And also there's the Star Glitter, which I think you only get when you get like a copy of a 4 or 5 star character or weapon. I'm not sure. Maybe it's whenever you get a 4 star. I don't know. We only have 7, so I could buy a wish with one of them, with 5 of them. But if we save up, or if I actually had spent money and gotten a lot more of them, we could just purchase like Ningguang, or we could purchase another Xingqiu in order to get him up to Constellation 1. Which is kind of tempting. I mean, you know, it's just the more you play, obviously the more inclined you are to break free from the free to play. Because like any RPG, as you grow in power, it requires more effort and time to continue to grow in power, i.e. grinding. So buying stuff lessens grind, obviously. So, you know, the more grind you have to do, the more inclined you are to be like, oh, I wish I could just lessen the grind a little bit, and that's where the money comes in. So, I mean, believe me, I'm certainly tempted to spend a little bit of money. Not an absurd amount. Probably, I would feel comfortable just spending $60. Because I feel like I have gotten more than enough playtime out of this game to justify it costing $60 to buy. So I think that would just be a good baseline, but obviously it's a very slippery slope because then it's like, oh, well, I spent some money, I could just spend some more money, and that's, you know, how they get you. And obviously they get a lot of people. It's like the most profitable game ever. But that, you know, that's the thing. Like, I would never spend money on almost any other like mobile game or anything like that. You know, or any sort of live service game. Just because none of them really ever capture my attention as much as Genshin. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. For now, though, for the length of this Let's Play, we're keeping it free. So let's do some Stardust. Let's grab 5 of these, and let's just grab 1 of these. I like having some on hand because all of this stuff, like upgrade materials, you can easily snag some when you need them just by spending a little Stardust. So I like to have some on hand. And then let's grab 2 of these and 1 of these. Alright, let's wish. Let's do these 2 first. Get a nice sword. And how about a nice... Oh, another official! Ooh, well. We may have to swap back onto official. So now we can get... We already have Gaze of the Deep? Yeah, we already have Gaze of the Deep, so we can get to... Constellation 2? When Knight Rider's used, deals an additional 200% attack as damage, and its AoE is increased by 50%. Well... That's her elemental skill. That's pretty good. Okay. Well, that's nice. Okay. And then we've got 9 of the... I really wish... well, wait a minute. Can we snag... Did we get enough? Yeah, okay, let's just... No, I already bought the 5. Damn it! So no, we can't. Unless I spent the star glitter, but I'm not going to. We'll just do these individually, it's fine. Oh, Razor, huh? This is a character I've never used. So we did like some story quest involving this guy. He's raised by wolves. And he uses lightning abilities. Interesting. I wonder how he ranks. He summons a wolf, huh? That's kind of interesting. Well, between an upgraded Fischl and Razor, maybe we go heavy into Electro. I don't know. Let me just look at a tier list here real quick. Obviously, you know, this isn't really like a aggregated opinion or anything like that. Okay, they're putting Razor at B tier, which is not great. I like when a tier list just uses images and doesn't mention the name. I have to just hunt through all these pictures to find person. Yeah, this one also puts him at B. So apparently Razor not too hot. This one puts him at A tier. Keeping in mind that it goes up to SS tier and goes down to D tier, where there's only one character, and that's Amber. Apparently no one thinks Amber's very good, so that's not unique to me. Yeah, I mean, she's just... Other than having a bow with fire, she's basically shit. Alright, anyway, yeah, so I don't know, Razor doesn't sound like a popular character. But, I mean, where does Noelle rank in all this? C tier. So Noelle is C tier. That's below... That's 2 tiers below Razor, according to this. And I've been using Noelle since, we started. So you can't trust tier lists for everything. As far as just, like I said, like any character is probably fun to different people and playable with different people. Don't just look at the top. We did the Monster Hunter comparison. So, I don't know. And he decreases sprinting stamina consumption by 20%. Pretty good. It's pretty handy. Alright, there you go. We got Razor. And now the rest of this is all going to be shitty weapons, of course. Yep. Oh! A 5-star Claymore. I think this is like Noelle's top tier weapon. I think this is like the best recommended one. Probably just because it's a 5-star and it's like more powerful. No, okay. So her best is the Red Horn Stone Thresher. But Skyward Pride is good. It's definitely good. Let me just check this. This site puts it at her second best. The Red Horn Stone Thresher the best. Some people think the Red Horn Stone Thresher was designed for Noelle. I don't know, but this is very good, and I think we're going to be using that. So that's very cool. And we got 10 star glitter along with it. And the rest is all shit. Alright. But still, we got a new character and a new weapon for our main character. Now, White Blind Refinement 3. I mean, I've certainly put some effort into this, but either way, I want to level this up. Refining this one, meaning getting more copies of this sword, is going to be a lot trickier. You can't just craft this like White Blind. Alright, we can ascend it right away. Good, good, good. Upgrade it even more. We need 4 more Boreal Wolf's Cracked Tooth, which you get from the Domain of Forgery, Submerged Valley, on Tuesdays, Fridays, or Sundays. It is currently Thursday, so I'd have to wait, or we craft it. Alright, I don't want to get... Let's focus on one thing at a time, so let's just do this. So, Boreal Wolves, I can make one of them. So we'll need a lot more of these, which again, come from the same thing, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Or you can purchase them from the souvenir shop in Mondstadt. So we need 4 of these blue ones. So I need 7 of these. I don't think I'm going to get that. I think they probably sell 5. I mean, we can check, but I'm almost certain they only sell 5 at a time. So, like I mentioned before about how Genshin just does the little time gate stuff, you know, where you literally cannot do something until a certain day of the week. And that's just how it is, to encourage you to constantly pay attention and to log in every day or so, you know, for different reasons. Alright, so here you go. Oh, we only get 3 of these. Even less. Well, then it's basically... It's not... I mean, I'll buy them because it saves me having to work for them tomorrow. But, yeah. We need more of those. And, you know, some things are available through Stardust. But I think that's usually just, like, character ascension, not weapon ascension. But either way, yeah. We got 19 star glitter. I think probably people would recommend leveling up Xingqiu rather than grabbing Ningguang, even though it's a new character. He's just really good. Anyways, I think that's all she wrote. So if we just compare... So this one is 10 levels below this one, but has only 5 less attack. This one has the defense boost, which is why it's so good for Noelle, because she gains additional attack based on her defense. So I think White Blind is probably still the better choice, but fuck it, let's just use this because it looks cool. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Now let us continue the main story. After all that excitement. But I mean, you can see, free to play, like, there's still plenty of Wish excitement and new stuff excitement that happens on that front. So yeah, I can't say, like, I'm upset that I'm not having more wishes or things like that.
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and... the Fatui?
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little. just to be safe.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume.
Whoops.
The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
We can't just stand by and watch.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Whew. Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
Child.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Follow me. Okay. Just let you soak in the ambience. It's very peaceful, I know. Perfect. Ooh, the golden shadow. Your pursuit of the truth brings you to the very heart of the political storm that has been slowly brewing in Liyue Harbor. It is time to peer beyond the glittering gold and see what lurks in the shadows. I think we're ready.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
If it were that easy, this place would have been emptied long ago.
Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Something feels amiss here.
Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here?
The Millilith.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Looks like I was just in time then.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
I could never defeat you? You're completely delusional.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Yeah, how's that working for you?
Not bad, not bad. Good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now,
Okay.
show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
pretty much beat the shit out of you, I think.
Right. All you do is run.
Steady as stone.
Something else catch your eye?
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive.
That's like the most egregious example of that trope I've seen.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Tartaglia.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
Alright.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Witness the power of gold. Stand clear.
Alright, alright.
Spot.
No, my sword!
Boba, get them! Animal test 63. As a dutiful maid would.
That's right, baby.
You're a cut above.
Oh, this time we actually beat him. Okay.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Because I'm collecting the powers of the 7 elements.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Rex Lapis still lives?
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
You've been trying to duplicate them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Why didn't we just, like, kick his ass again?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millelith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
Pretty epic stuff, man. Gotta say.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
Got it.
Able Millelith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to witness.
I like that Ningguang, like, did all that insane anime shit, but then, like, if you get her as a character, she'll just do, like, 30 damage to enemies at level 1 and stuff. Yeah, it's a bit of a dissonance there.
To me.
No, my sword! Let me weave you a rope.
That seemed to work.
I must leave no stone unturned.
This new sword seems pretty fucking good, man. What the?
Absorption test.
Looks like I went too far.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Oh, okay. Ah, damn it.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
Shit.
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Okay, we're gonna need to step it up a little bit.
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too!
to say we can't hold them, children?
Fuck, I gotta deal with this guy.
Lose heart. Here, take this.
This is
Oh.
mental energy
Okay, well that helps.
from your body. It's like they're trying to show you.
Oh my god.
Whoa, it's a Madam Pink shockwave. This green is really strong.
No shit.
Body and mind.
Time to fulfill my duty. It isn't time for a break.
Yeah.
Easy peasy now.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil.
Cast okay.
Your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War. So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my
Whoa.
power and run as I do.
Look at that.
Too fast.
We're hauling ass, baby. There's just nothing to do with all that speed.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Oh my god.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
All we really need is the shockwave, but
Steady as stone.
take what we can get.
Time to clean up. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up. Animal test 6308. Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Damn.
No, my sword. As a good night should. I'll catch up. Leave it all clean. Someone needs assistance.
Keep going, keep going.
Absorption test. Animal hypostasis emulation.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Can we do it? 13 seconds. I think we did it.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Wow. I was gonna say it was all really bullshit because we did all that stuff for this funeral that's never gonna happen, but that sequence kind of made up for it, I think.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearn to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people have said, and they're trying to understand things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons. Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
You can say that again.
Oh, right. It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too?
Indeed we do.
Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the
The
strongest
fond
thing
farewell.
we have the Adeptiless...
Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why in cutscenes occasionally the dialogue gets cut off. And sometimes the auto skip like takes too long to progress to the next line. I think the auto skip is programmed based around the Chinese voice lines. And you can see in like the facial animation sometimes where they're still like talking. I think that again it's based around the Chinese dialogue. So sometimes it goes on too long, and sometimes I guess the Chinese lines are shorter, so it cuts it off. But that doesn't tend to happen that often. So I think it's all based around auto skip.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Yeah, okay. Northland Bank. Okay, I actually needed to go here for a different reason.
Feel free to take a look around.
Let's see.
Ooh, wonderful.
No, it's above here. It's on this level? How does that make sense? Oh, okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Senora!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have time to take it back.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle.
Bullshit.
So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Senora and Zhongli.
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Agreement?
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Okay.
Sanctimonious.
So, Zhongli is actually Rex Lapis?
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
And why did you feign your death?
You don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
So, were you satisfied with the finale?
Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, Traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
You really embarrassed yourself this time.
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
I'd like to know what the Cryo Archon offered you.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Great. After the dust settles, something. I don't know why that went so quick.
Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Oh, so we're still gonna have the funeral. It's just a fake one now. Great. Yeah, so there you go. Zhongli was actually Rex Lapis. A god. So, that's probably gonna be a continuing trend then, in the other regions. because we bumped into Venti, who is also the god. And they both lost their Gnosis, which apparently is like sort of their divinity. I guess it's just like some sort of thing they have with like the one true god, and it makes them a lot more powerful than they normally are. And I guess that's why like you can have Venti and Zhongli in your party. It's because they've lost their Gnosis, so they're just more like, you know, normal characters then. And now the Tsaritsa of Fatui, and not the Fatui, well, of Snezhnaya, that's the name of the region, right? She's like gathering up all the Gnosis for some nefarious purpose. Yeah, interesting stuff. Alright, so yeah, next time we will do the funeral finally, and then I don't know what's going to be after that. I feel like we're kind of done with Liyue, but I don't think so. Because from what I understand, I was doing some stuff in the chasm here, and I got up to a point in a quest line where it's like I couldn't progress, and I looked it up, and apparently you need to continue on with the Liyue Archon quests. So something in the Liyue quest line is going to send us here. So I don't think we're going to be leaving yet. But alright. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Genshin Impact. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.